Thank you, David. And again, welcome everyone tonight. No need to touch your books quite yet. You won't find my presentation in there. I won't be touching on any investment topics, and I know that's really the only reason you came here tonight, so I promise to be very brief. There's really two things I want to talk about tonight. First, I want to introduce some members of the Baskin team, most of whom you wouldn't have had a chance to meet in the past, but they all fulfill very critical roles in the organization. Then I'm going to give you a brief update on some projects, some that we've completed in the past year, and a few that we're working on and looking to complete over the next 12 months. So first with the introductions, I'm going to have the team stand up here.
Come on up, gang.
Don't be shy.
Up on the podium, please.
All right, you get to share in this with me. So I'm going to start on my right with our Director of Compliance, Oleander Lee. Oleander joined us earlier this year from Manulife, where she also had senior roles in compliance. The role of compliance in a firm, you really can't overstate the importance of that. Despite the fact that each and every day, every one of our employees lives and breathes compliance in everything that they do, it's so critical that we have a strong person that can understand and more importantly, interpret the ever-changing regulations that come down. And Oleander just does a fantastic job of this. Next up is Melanie Tellis, is our Director of Client Services. Melanie has been with us for just over 5 years now, I think, actually, and has certainly made her mark on the firm. Melanie, just as a side note, despite having the longest commute, she's usually first one in the morning, often before 7 a.m. So I try to beat her once in a while, but not very often. Melanie is one you may have met from time to time, either in account openings or in annual review sessions. In addition to those roles, she also leads the team of portfolio associates, and myself and Scott will talk a little bit more about that team in a moment. I know she inspires that team on a daily basis with her incredible knowledge on the complex world of account documentation and with her ever-positive attitude. I'm going to jump over to Irene. Irene is our newest member of the team. She joined us in July as the Director of Finance. In that role, she oversees the collection of fees, she pays the bills, she makes sure that our budgets are up to date. In a nutshell, she keeps the lights on. Irene also brings to us a wealth of knowledge in pooled funds, in the administration and launch of pooled funds, the importance of which I'll talk about more in a moment. Next to her is our Director of Operations and Technology, Siti Songvale. Siti has been with us for over 10 years and not only is responsible for managing the vast amounts of data that we have and the technology related to that, he also looks after most of the technology projects that we have at Baskin. Siti is our in-house expert on all things related to technology, and because of that, Siti will often hear, "Siti, the printer's not working," or "Siti, I can't access the Wi-Fi," and he gladly steps in and looks after that. So everyone needs, in this day of connected technology, everyone needs someone like Siti in their office and, for that matter, in their home. Last and certainly not least is Gord Thomas, our Head of Trading. Gord has been with us for just over 3 years. And Gord is our trading wizard. He's also the poster child for multitasking with, I don't know how many monitors he has on his desk, CNBC streaming above on the TV. He keeps a very close watch on the markets, working closely with each of the portfolio managers, make sure that we get the best possible price whenever we're trading on your behalf. So with that, fantastic team, a pleasure working with you, and we'll move on to the next section. Thank you. Now I'll quickly just provide you with some project updates. I'll start with a few that we've completed over the past year. The first one, and hopefully David referred to our website, and it's our new website. So we did a revamp of the website earlier this year, cleaner look, much simpler navigation, hopefully make it easier for you to find the latest blog, the Outlook video, or David and Barry's most recent appearance on BNN. The next one that I'll talk about is an enhancement that we completed not too long ago, but you won't actually see the benefit of it until early in the new year. And this is a new tax package that we've developed. It won't replace the tax package that you get from the custodian. It'll supplement it with additional information around fees, around capital gains, and around non-Canadian holdings. Many of you have asked for this information in the past, and we've been able to provide it to you on a piecemeal basis. This will consolidate all of that information, and we'll be mailing it out to all clients at tax time this year. Lastly, and Scott will speak to this as well, and this is related to the role of portfolio associates I spoke to earlier. We've made some changes internally in terms of how we provide service to each of you. Previously, the roles were really focused around process, and by that I mean we would have an individual or a team that was responsible solely for account opening or for setting up annual reviews or for payments. Often, as a result of that, we would get calls from you, or you would ask us, you weren't really sure who to speak to on any one particular issue. In April of this year, we changed the focus of that from the process to you as the client. We now have a team of portfolio associates. Each of them works directly with a portfolio manager, and they really will service all of your needs, your non-portfolio management requests. And that might be, again, account documentation, changing an address, requesting a change to a payment or something like that. And that's just a few of the different things that they'll help you out with. But they will understand you as a client as well as the portfolio manager, and will be your go-to person on many different issues. For portfolio management related issues, of course, around holdings, the change in the investment strategy or around the markets, you'll of course continue to go to your portfolio manager. As this has been in place since about April of this year, many of you may have already met with your portfolio associate. If you haven't, don't worry. They'll be reaching out to you following this conference via email to introduce themselves, and the next time you're in the office, hopefully you'll get a chance to meet with them. Next, we'll talk about some projects that we'll be working on over the next year. The first one just got underway, and this is one that won't impact you directly, but will really help our staff to continue to provide the high level of service that you've come to expect. Of course, when any of you make a request to any of the employees, they respond with a smile and a calm and confident manner. However, there's a lot of work that's going on in the background. Picture the proverbial duck moving across the pond very smoothly, but beneath the surface, there's a lot more going on. This implementation will help us improve that and just drive the efficiency. What we'll be doing is we'll be implementing a software called CRM, Client Relationship Management. And this will allow us to consolidate all of the information around the relationship you have with us. So each portfolio associate or portfolio manager has all that information at their fingertips so they can respond quickly to any of your requests. As I indicated earlier in my comments, Irene Lee brings a wealth of knowledge around pooled funds. We plan over the next 12 months to launch two pooled funds, an equity and a fixed income. They will follow the strategies as we invest in your portfolios today. The benefit of this is it will give us more flexibility to implement where there might be a smaller allocation within one of your accounts or for a smaller account. Important to note that this does not change our view and our belief that that there's tremendous benefits to holding individual securities. So you see that the vast amount of accounts will be invested still in individual securities. Lastly, we're in early stages of identifying a vendor to help us build a Baskin web portal. And this will allow you to view your statements online, view holdings, and view transactions. For each of these initiatives, we'll provide more information as we get closer to the completion of them.